Hi all, I'm Dan Smigrod, founder of the We Get Around Network Forum. Today is Tuesday, February 6, 2018, and you're watching WGAN TV live at 5. Our program today, the Matty Awards. Congratulations to the members of the We Get Around Network Forum in the 9 categories that have been nominated in the Matty Awards for 2018, and congratulations to all the nominees. I want to say that there are 47 nominees in 9 different categories, and very, very exciting to be able to just publicly acknowledge all 47 nominees in the 2018 Matty Awards. It's just really terrific. The categories: MSP, Matterport Service Provider of the Year, Best Dream Home, Best Historic Space, Most Unique Space, Best Point of Interest, Best Transportation Space, Great Escape Space, and Best Commercial Space, as well as Best Retail / restaurant space. So if you're looking for inspiration or you're looking for ideas, perhaps outside of residential or commercial real estate, this is the best of the best. Matterport has done a great job determining some of the most amazing spaces that have been submitted to Matterport to be able to have you easily and quickly be able to see the best of the best in, I would say, 8 out of the 9 categories, the 9th category actually being the recognition of a Matterport Service Provider of the Year. Let's take a look at some of the nominations for MSP of the Year. There's 6 in the category, and just a little bit about them. First, just kind of to tell you who they are: Chris Hickman, Metroplex 360, Nai Chai Tan with Tan Dung Media, Scott Matan with Beyond Gravity Media, Chris Petreco with Trusted Photo DC, Alex Jones VRPM, and Alex Daibaka with Object 360. Congratulations to the 6 nominees for MSP of the year. Let me just see if I can tell you a little bit about each of the Matterport service providers. In kind of a random order: Chris Hickman, Metroplex 360. Anyone who's been part of the We Get Around Network Forum community for any time knows that Chris is a rock star. In fact, we recognized him as a rock star in the forum. Chris lives in South Lake, Texas with his family. He's been using Matterport since August 2015, and he is just in addition to shooting Matterport, he is just an awesome third-party service provider developer. He offers the MS MP2 SV service. Let's see, I'm going to get that wrong. MP2 SV service. Yeah, that would be multi-pano to Google Street View. And I think this is something to keep an eye on in terms of what Chris is doing. So even though you're now able to use Matterport to publish to Google Street View, I could imagine that you might want Chris to download your panos, remove the camera, help you figure out how to get from the center of the street into the business. So just kind of a boutique service, a hands-on service, consulting service for those that need some help. Anyway, so that's Chris Hickman, his business, Metroplex 360. Just some additional background: Chris is the founder of Metroplex 360. Original native from England. Chris currently resides in North Texas. He's actually Southland, Texas, which is the Dallas-Fort Worth market, where he provides Matterport and other marketing services for area real estate agents and the multifamily market. And just super prolific in the We Get Around Network Forum, sharing his knowledge, his expertise, and from time to time appearing on the We Get Around network television station, WGAN-TV, offering his insight and commentary, as well as asking insightful questions of guests that we have on the program. Up next is Nai Chai Ton. He is with Ton Dung Media in Hanoi. That's Hanoi in Vietnam. He's been using Matterport since January of 2017, so just about 12 months. But he has been shooting some amazing spaces in Vietnam, and that's really what has probably earned him a nomination. He's been able to capture historical and culturally significant sites, including the Temple of Literature, the Bai Ding Pagoda, and the Softel Legend Metropole Hanoi Hotel. He is the founder of the Vietnam-based Tung Dung Media, and is a tech enthusiast and Matterport service provider. Nung has become a technology solution leader in the fast and growing Vietnamese market. So that's really cool to imagine that that Matterport is all across the world. In fact, many of the We Get Around Network Forum community now 10, 11,000 visitors that we have monthly are actually from outside the United States. So we welcome all our international viewers. Also up as a Matterport Service Provider of the Year nominee, Scott Metalin. Scott is with Beyond Gravity, based in Moore Park, California, and he's been using Matterport for about 2 years now, since September of 2015. As a Matterport service provider, Scott has expanded his service to include a variety of industries, including beyond real estate, hospitality, restaurants, auto performance shops, medicine. I think these are great inspirational categories. So if you're looking to branch outside of residential and commercial real estate, I would encourage you to take a look at examples of Scott's work in these categories, as well as the other nominees. You can find that link in the We Get Around Network Forum. The tag is the Matty Awards, M-A-T-T-Y. The Matty Awards is the tag for searching for all Matty Awards posts in the We Get Around Network Forum, including the link back to the Matterport website for the Matty Awards. Quite an entrepreneur, has allowed him to succeed and expand Matterport not only in California, but now to include Utah, South Carolina, North Carolina. And that's, according to Matterport, that's what put him on the map. I think there's an interesting business model there, for many of you that are solopreneurs becoming a Matterport service provider. Certainly one of the ways to grow is to start either adding employees or freelancing, using freelancers. And obviously we have the We Get Around network. Find a Matterport Pro map to make it super easy and super fast to find a Matterport Pro anywhere around the globe. And certainly if you don't see a service provider on the map, is use the form to find a pro. Just simply, if you're looking at the We Get Around Network Forum, there's a tab there, find a pro, click on that. If you don't find a Matterport service provider, we can find a Matterport Pro anywhere, even if they're not on the map. So while we have 3,600 registered members in 105 countries, I think even today we have more than 12,000 visitors a month who haven't necessarily registered, but are checking out the forum so generally we put a Matterport service provider wanted in whatever city, state, or country that we can come up with one. So interesting that Scott's been expanding beyond California, and so that's exciting. And another pro that's actually does business in multiple states is Chris Petracco. Chris, local business is called Trusted Photo DC, based in the Washington, D.C. area. That's the Annapolis, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. area. In fact, talking about expanding business, Chris uses the We Get Around Network Forum map to source pros. He's reached out to us when we haven't had a Matterport service provider on the map. And it's one of the ways that he engages pros as he needs them outside of the market that he covers. Chris is the founder and president of Trusted Photo DC. It's a digital boutique media agency in, as I mentioned, in the greater Washington, D.C. area. Chris has over 25 years of experience in content production. He's taught media and communications at Union County College. He's introduced a lot of young creative minds to cutting edge technologies and techniques. I think for any regular reader that We Get Around Network Forum, you know that Chris, he is the go-to for all of us related to all things Google Street View. And now that he is both a Matterport service provider and a Google trusted Street View photographer, Google Street View trusted photographer, there are going to be a ton of questions and related to how to do this, that, or the other with Matterport, with Google Street View. And we hope that Chris will continue to be a prolific member in the We Get Around Network Forum community, both weighing in when he identifies things that have been posted that are incorrect, as well as offering suggestions and commentary. We've had Chris on the show. We did a roundtable about Google Street View. It's really a great show. I think we had 6 or 7 experts on the roundtable. If you haven't seen it, I encourage you to check out the hashtag in the We Get Around Network Forum, GSV. You'll find all posts related to Google Street View under the hashtag, under the tag GSV. And if you don't find it, just shoot me a private message and I'll or post to the forum, and I'll post that link. We've now, in fact, had a number of different long-form WGAN-TV interviews, including the Google Street View Roundtable. We've done a couple hours with about go through, a couple hours about Panoskin Pro, and so there's a lot of resources both in the We Get Around Network Forum in terms of text, but also in terms of video that are related to Google Street View. So again, thanks to Chris, and Chris, congrats on your nomination. Also, one of the 6 nominees in the category MSP of the Year, Alex Jones. He is in London in the United Kingdom, a Matterport service provider since January 2017. So today, Tuesday, February 6, 2018. So for a little more than a year, Alex with the VP VRPM. He's the founder of the London-based 3D property marketing company VRPM. And in that short 1-year time, Alex, along with his partners, have set up VRPM with the mission of providing the very best property VR services in the London market. And VRPM has worked on many successful projects, including some with high-profile clients, including soccer players, songwriters, and yet others. So congrats to you, Alex, for your nomination. And then rounding up the nominees for the MSP of the Year, Alexander Dabaka, his company Object 360. I'm giving you the American pronunciation, but it's actually spelled OBJEK 360. That's Object 360, based in Stockholm, Sweden. And a Matterport user since May of 2015. A little bit about his company. Object 360 is a Swedish digital marketing company. It's run by 3 partners. So there's Alex, and then there's Alex von Kuchtenterna Engval and Gustav Stergaras, and then Alex. So when the company was first founded in 2015, their business was designed to sell billing systems to real estate agents. And I guess through acute awareness and observation of what the marketplace had, the company soon discovered that what agents really wanted was a simple digital marketing service. And after discovering the accessibility and power of the 3D Matterport spaces, it didn't take them long for Object 360 to shift focus and become one of the leading Matterport service providers in Sweden. So congrats to Alexander, rounding up the 6 MSPs of the year. I'm going to move on to the other 8 categories. I would like to just point out that of the 9 categories, Matterport is going to decide and announce the winner in each of the categories, and announce that on February 14th, Wednesday, February 14th, 2018. We've scheduled the WGAN-TV after party for the next night. So I encourage you to join. Suggested attire is white tie. I will be dressed up in a tuxedo for the occasion. You can show up. Mike, good to see you. That's one of our techs, Mike, our forum tech, that enables everything that you see possible. So the 9 winners, 1 in each category, will receive 12 months free standard membership in the We Get Around network, and that's our way of saying congrats to each of the winners. Wish we could do that for all 47, 48 nominees. I could imagine that there might be a tie in 1 or more categories, and if that's the case, we will also award the free 12-month We Get Around Network standard membership to those that are announced as winners in the event of a tie. So anyway, 9 winners, 1 in each category, will receive 12 months free We Get Around Network standard membership, and it's our way of saying congratulations. Winners that already have a We Get Around Network membership will have the, for example, if Chris Hickman or Chris Petreco win, both of them are premium members, for example, in the We Get Around Network Forum, we'll credit their account and extend their membership out based on that. So back to the other categories in the Matterport, the Matty Awards. Best Dream Home subcategory, I guess, is living large. We won't go into the background of each of the pros, but I'll let you know which pro, what the title of the Matterport Spaces 3D tour is, which pro created it, and what their company is. And again, if you want to see any of these amazing Matterport 3D tours, simply go to the We Get Around Network Forum, put in the tag the Matty Awards, look for the program, and we've have a link back to the page on the Matterport website where you can see all these tours in one convenient place. So again, Best Dream Home, Living Large, created by Sebastian Bodrunker with Scan Casa, is in his Matterport space, Villa Estrala Mar. Created by Alex Jones with VRPM, English Countryside Home. So Alex now in 2 categories, MSP of the Year and Best Dream Home. The third nominee in the category of Best Dream Homes Living Large is Tony Murray with Vyrie, and his model is named the Chapel House. Created by Dylan Van Wyck with Property Measure Limited, is contemporary Vancouver Island home. And the last nomination in the Best Dream Home Living Large category, opulent Russian mansion created by Maxim Sotomaski, his company iVision 3D. The next category, Best Historic Spaces, and the rest is history, are 6 Matterport service providers. And this is just, in fact, this is just a great way to capture spaces. If you can imagine, many of us don't have the time and can't afford to travel to some of the places that I'm going to describe. What a great thing that you can look at the Matterport Spaces 3D tours either online or through a virtual reality experience. And so created by Nai Lin Sek and Cao Tai Ung with 3X Vivir in virtual reality production. Their entry, Shita Temple, in next nominee, Tony Healy, with the assistance of Megan Strauss. Company is Capture LLC, and it's the Mark Twain House. And in fact, there have been a number of occasions where Matterport service providers have needed help in scanning a space for one reason or another. So it's nice to hear the shout out assistance by Megan. Created by Tongdung Media, Temple of Literature. So that in Vietnam, that is another nominee that's in multiple categories. Captured by Frank Noon and Mark Hackinson. With UK 360 VR is the Sigmund Freud's house. Created by Keith McMahon, with Venue View Virtual Tours is Churchill War Rooms. So that's an amazing space, particularly if you're watching the Netflix series, The Crown. I think probably has even some extra meaning for you, or some of the other movies that kind of bring history to life. Now imagine being able to walk through Churchill War Rooms. Created by Travis Gobel with OniCap, the Diffin Bunker. And so that rounds up the Best Historic Spaces, and the rest is history category. Moving on to most unique spaces off the beaten path. 5 nominees. Gus Wensven with PR3D, his model Molin de Hoop, created by Luke Sherba with Sherba Media, Lake Shasta Caverns. What an amazing thing. I mean, there's many of us that might not even be willing to go into a cavern, even if we could have that opportunity. So what a great thing to be able to enable someone who might not even be willing to go into a cavern to be able to experience it. So that's way cool. Created by Igli Markidaki with Quebec Ltd, is Berengara Hotel, created by Dustin Dubois, As-Built Media, Lady Luck Shipwreck. And then rounding out the category, created by Franklin Rutten and Frederick Schultz, and the company Batholin, is the model Mackenzie Child's Yankee Ferry. That's Yankee Ferry. So congrats to the 5 nominees in the most unique space category. In the Matterport Best Point of Interest Space, the X marks the spot. So this is the Matty Awards nominees. There are 5 of them. Created by Derek Mungambi with View 4D is Cultural Heritage Art Gallery. Created by Dimitri Hainuka is from the company 3D Reality is Pretend City Children's Museum. Created by Eric Waltzak from VR Real Experience is Buffalo Botanical Gardens. Another gardens created by Buzz Virtual Spaces is Kasugai Gardens. And rounding up the category created by Daniel Spencer, Get Revolved Quality Produce. The model is the glass room. Our next category for the Matty Awards, Best Transportation Spaces, Hit the Road, Jack. 5 nominees created by Explora Terra Group is MV Polar Prints. Probably some interesting stories to talk about using the camera in extra cold conditions. Created by Visiting Media, Evergreen Air and Space Museum. Created by Craig Sawyer with Craig Sawyer 3D, Ferrari Stable, created by Paolo Tosolini with Tosolini Productions, Schooner Zodiac Sailing Ship, and I want to say Paolo actually won the MSP for 2017. So congratulations to Paolo Tosolini for his second year in the second annual Matty Awards. Again, winning the 2017 Matterport Service Provider of the Year Award, and this year nominated in the Best Transportation Space created by Paolo Tosolini, Tosolini Productions, Schooner Zodiac Sailing Ship. And rounding out the category created by Catherine Lobich with Lobich Tech is Hubby Fly. So again, if you're looking for inspiration for car dealerships or museums or airplane museums or ship museums or tall ship sailing, helicopters in hangars. Again, these are all great things to look for inspiration and to be able to share with the client, to be able to show what's possible with the Matterport platform. In the next category, greatest escape spaces. Oh, the places you'll go. There are 5 nominees in this category, created by Insight Simulation, the Underwater Room, created by Keith McMahon, Venue View Virtual Tours, Hever Castle, created by Jeremy Koch with Pert Near, Disney World Resort Manor, and the 4th nomination, created by Pedro Alves and Rudy Cavarro with Invista.com, The Passenger Hotel, and rounding out the category, created by Virtual Life Hotel YIT, Abentofel. The next category for the Matty Awards, Best Commercial Space, Think Big, Achieve Bigger, created by, and there's 5 in this category, Kevin D. Reyes with VR Media, showing San Marco Village, created by Buzz Virtual Spaces, Sticks and Stones Design Group, created by Dialexa, the Dialexa office tour. So maybe you have just an amazing office there, and there you go, best commercial space. In the next nominee in the category from VR Tour Company is Echo Stage, and rounding out the category, created by Mark Shepard with Apollo 3D Limited, National Buying Group Conference and Exhibition. So again, these are just great inspirational spaces. That's in commercial spaces, more commercial spaces, but in the category of best retail and restaurant spaces, it's kind of like the best of both worlds. Created by Davy Van Loon, 360 Degrees Media is Ozenkirk Dutch Restaurant. Created by Thomas Dunbar with Digisoft is Urban Brewing. Created by Mick Wagensman with Via 3D is Van Rook Kitchen, Bathroom, and Tile Store. created by Brian Ashley with Lux 3D Tours, Chef Table 12. And last in the category, created by Yoam Castes with Hawaii 360, Tattoolicious Hawaii. So if you've never had a chance to be to Hawaii, there's your chance to go check out the tattoo parlor and actually see somebody getting a tattoo. So that's the category of best retail restaurant spaces, best of both worlds. That completes the 9 different categories. As I said at the top of the show, we are going to have a WGAN TV live at 5 after party for all the Matty Award winners, their fans, their guests, and everyone else that would like to join us in the WGAN TV virtual studio around the world. Is the Matty Awards post party to recognize and honor the 9 winners. And WGAN, We Get Around, is awarding a 12-month standard membership in the We Get Around network to each of the companies winning the Matty Award in their category. In the event of a tie, we will also provide a 12-month standard membership subscription to those that if there's a tie in that category. So again, the 9 winners, 1 in each category, will receive 12 months free standard membership in the We Get Around network. It's our way of saying congratulations to the Matty Award winners. Wish we could do that for all nearly 50 nominees. But we are going to do that for all of each of the winners in each of the categories, and plus we'll take care of the tie in that case. And just one last housekeeping note, We Get Around Network is not affiliated with Matterport. We Get Around Network is not affiliated with the Matty Awards. We simply want to honor the 9 winners in each of the categories with the first 12 months of standard membership free, or in the event that we do have a number of nominees that are members of the We Get Around network as basic, standard, or premium member, we will apply the 12 months to their existing network membership. So thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you for the after party, the Matty Awards after party on WGAN TV live at 5, and that will be 5 p.m. Eastern Time. That's Greenwich Mean Time minus 5 hours on Thursday, February 15th, 2018. So thanks again for tuning in, and you've been watching WGAN TV live at 5 from Atlanta. So stay with me. I have two other things I'd like to just tell you about. Just take me a moment, and we'll just cue this up for a second. Thanks for your patience. And I just want to call up some notes for myself. And if you don't mind, I'm going to record it, so it seems a little strange, but I'm going to do a little quick countdown and do an introduction here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Hi, I'm Dan Smigrod, founder of the We Get Around Network Forum, and I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what's coming up on WGAN TV Live at 5 on Thursday, February 8th, 2018. We'll have RELA, single property websites and one-click flyer platform. That's the topic for Thursday night's WGAN TV Live at 5. That's 5 o'clock Eastern Time, Greenwich Mean Time, minus 5 hours. And we're going to have the CEO of RELA on the show. So super excited about that program. Mike Land, the CEO, recently a new We Get Around Network premium member, joining the family, has a great platform for single property websites. There's multiple templates to pick from. It's it's a cloud-based platform, and it's super easy and super fast to be able to create a single property website, and then also be able to create with a kind of a one-click to be able to create flyers from your photography as well, printed flyers or PDFs if you want to share them that way. We do have some examples of different styles of single property websites. I think most importantly, you can include Matterport Spaces 3D tours. That's has been easily and seamlessly integrated into the RELA platform. This topic, Mike is going to give us kind of a demo. So if you've never heard of RELA and it's new to you, Mike's going to take you through a demo of the platform, and then we'll discuss some of the many features, things like, as I mentioned, the property brochures, and then there's some really cool solutions in terms of automated reporting and scheduling visitor reports to clients or your team members. So we'll go through those features. I just wanted to give you a heads up. Tune in to WGAN TV live at 5 o'clock Eastern Time, Greenwich Mean Time, -5 hours. Thursday, February 8th, 2018. Great show planned for you for WGAN TV Live at 5. If you'd like to join the virtual studio audience, then just check out the link below for joining the virtual studio audience so that you can ask questions of Mike directly. So thanks again for planning to watch WGAN TV Live at 5. Thursday, February 8th, 2018. And we do have some additional notes in the We Get Around Network forum. You can look for the tag RELA, R-E-L-A, that's RELA. Thanks so much. See you soon. And I do have actually one other thing I want to talk about is kind of a little free giveaway. So let me get my notes up on that. Excuse me, it'll just take me a moment. Something we announced today in the forum. Just take me a second. And I think I'm in the wrong spot. So let's see. Just let me go back here. Okay, got it. And again, I know it's going to sound a bit odd, but I'm going to do a little countdown. We'll record this and we'll pop it in the forum in the appropriate the appropriate discussion. We'll do that. Okay. In 10, 9, 8, 7. Hi all, I'm Dan Smigrod, founder of the We Get Around Network Forum. You're watching WGAN TV, and I just wanted to give you just a little sneak preview of a kind of a giveaway that we got planned. So this will make sense in a moment, but this is the VR kit, and this is the rotator. This is what it looks like when it's attached to an iPhone 7 in this particular example. And it has a little tripod, and you press the button and it rotates around. And you might say, well, why would I need that? I have Matterport, I have a 360 camera. Well, so it turns out Zillow has a new program called Zillow 3D Home. And Zillow 3D Home provides they call it a 3D tour. I would call it a 360 tour or virtual tour or something like that. I'm not quite sure it's 3D, but it is a 360 tour that you can connect 360 panoramas from one room to the next, to the next, to the next. And the only way to submit a 360 is actually using an iPhone. You could manually rotate it around, and the app does that for you. But frankly, I think you'd really want to put this on a this comes off, and I could screw that onto a tripod. Is to connect this to a tripod and have it automatically rotate around and shoot your panoramas. So right now, Zillow is test marketing Zillow 3D Home in Phoenix. That said, anyone in the United States can download the Zillow 3D Home app today and test it out of how to capture and edit a Zillow 3D tour, and you can't post it to a listing unless you're in Phoenix. But it probably coming nationwide later in 2018, so it's probably never too late. And the founder of the VR Kit, is a premium member of the We Get Around Network Forum. It's Ellie Gregorian Curie, and Ellie sent me a box load of these, and we're going to give away 3 of these to members of the We Get Around Network Forum. Now, it's not a contest. What I'm actually looking for is We Get Around Network Forum members that would like to take Zillow 3D Home for a tour, that are based in the United States, and test drive creating Zillow 3D Tour, 3D Home, using the VR Kit rotator, using this device, and then writing about it in the We Get Around Network Forum. Good, bad, or indifferent, we'd like to hear what you have to say, both about Zillow 3D Home and about the VR Kit, the rotator. And so, again, anyone can test Zillow 3D Home that's in the United States. You can capture, you can edit the experience. So to be eligible for the 3 that I would like to give away, you must be in the continental United States. I'm going to give priority to any WGAN We Get Around Network Forum member that's based in Phoenix, because Phoenix is a test market, the test market for Zillow 3D Home. And so we're really interested in you actually publishing your tour publicly so the rest of us can actually see it. So first priority is to Phoenix. I recognize that we may not have 3 people raise their hand in Phoenix and say I'm in. So the next priority will be given to We Get Around Basic, Standard, or Premium members in the United States that would like to test out Zillow 3D Home and using the VR Kit to do their tour. Frankly, it'd be nice if you did it with and without, if you handheld your iPhone and rotated it. So anyway, you can see there's a lot of kind of restrictions. Zillow only supports iPhone at the moment. The VR Kit presently, while it works with nearly every smartphone except the iPhone 8, the iPhone 8 Plus, the iPhone 10, even though it works with an Android phone, the Zillow 3D Home only works with an iPhone. So I've totally made that really confusing. But the point is, if you want to receive one free, you got to have ideally an iPhone 5, 6, ideally an iPhone 7. Perfect world, you're in Phoenix. Otherwise, you're someplace in the United States. You're willing to test Zillow 3D Home Tour, and you're willing to use the VR Kit to do at least one of your tours, and share your review in the We Get Around Network Forum so other members can hear what your thoughts are on shooting 3D Home and Zillow 3D Home, and also on using the, let's see if I can hold that up properly. Wonder if Johnny Carson ever had this problem. Say, hold this up. There we go. Using the VR Kit to do the tour. And again, when I press the button, in fact, let me just see if I can do that for you. See, I've turned it on, and I'm going to hit start, and it's actually rotating. And if I turn on the app in fact, why don't I do that? Just so I give you this won't count as our little demo, because I know I'd like to do a much better demo for you. But I'll call up see if I can do this. Let's call up the Zillow 3D Home app, which I've downloaded on my iPhone 7. Thank heavens I saved that phone, because I actually use an 8 Plus. I'm selecting Create 3D Home. I'm going to name my 3D Home, and then I'm going to put this back in the VR kit rotator. And reminder, to really do this right, you want to put this on a tripod at kind of eye height, not on tabletop height or the height that I am. And then I'm going to say, take panorama. Okay. And then this is what pops up on the screen. And I'm violating everything here, because I don't have this on a tripod. And so I got to really line up the phone and everything. This works actually really well when it's just standing on a tripod and you're not trying to do it backwards. It's like, like everyone always thinks of Fred Astaire being a great dancer. Well, imagine that Ginger Rogers had to do it equally as well, but backwards. So I have my phone backwards to me. It's kind of crazy. Okay. And then I would just hit the power button. See if I can do this. And it actually is rotating around. And it crapped out because I didn't keep the phone level, because I don't have it on a tripod. So I'll do a proper demo for you. But obviously what would happen is the phone would rotate, and it takes a spherical 360, a panorama, and that's how you create Zillow 3D Home. And who knew? I kind of think this technology is about 8 years old, but I guess that Zillow wanted to be able to say you can create a Zillow 3D Home totally free, no processing, no hosting, and no gear to buy. But I do think at the very least you want to get a rotator and put it on your tripod and make your life easy. And I think what you'll hear on this show that we do later in the month, in fact, let me see if I can call that up just to get the date right. We're gonna do a show on WGAN-TV Live at 5 on Thursday, February 22nd, 2018, with a member of the Zillow 3D Home photography team and a program manager, kind of explain the whole program, because I think this is probably may not be on the radar of many of us, because it's only being tested in Phoenix today. But I suspect that we'll see this roll out rather quickly, and you'll want to know about, okay, how does this work, and download this app, and how does it work here, and what's this device, and how do you set this all up. So anyway, 3 of you will each receive one of these, the VR kit rotator, so that you can test it out and report back in the We Get Around Network forum. So if you're interested in that, we were publishing this video in that discussion. You can either just post to say I'm in, and or send me a private message, Dan Smigrod, in the We Get Around Network forum. And I'll need to make a decision of the 3 We Get Around Network forum members that I select to receive the VR kit. Wish I could send every one of you a free one, but if you miss out and you still want to get one, Amazon has them for $49.99. So we got 3 of them to give away. Again, only because I want to move this conversation forward of getting people to review, members to review Zillow 3D Home paired up with the VR kit and your tripod. So anyway, thanks for hanging in. I'm obviously tired, probably repeated myself a couple times, so what else is new? But thanks so much, and you've been watching WGAN TV Live at 5. Actually, I should probably probably do this for you. We'll this way I'll have a nice selfie for the. Okay, boom, done. Thanks again. Bye-bye. Okay, that's it for tonight. Time to go home, and thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.